It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 5 from Luna Lending. More hot, dry winds were buffeting the Willow Fire in Lake County. It is burning just south of Turquoise Lake within a few miles of Leadville. For most of the day today, 70 firefighters there could barely even see the flames as they burned through remote, rugged terrain in the San Isabel National Forest, but they could see smoke billowing up from the foot of Mount Massive. The only regular relief today was coming from a lone helicopter. It was mapping the fire from above and dropping the occasional bucket of water. In 24 hours, that fire has burned more than 1,100 acres with no containment. We still do not know what caused this fire. No homes are lost there in Leadville, but dozens remain evacuated. Those folks will spend another night camped out at the CMC campus in Leadville. Fire resources, they are spread thin today as at least 7 fires burned statewide. 2 new fires started down south today, including one near the town of Rye that is home to the iconic Bishop Castle. The castle is not in danger. Nearby homes and roads have been evacuated. Colorado Public Radio talks to rafters who were rescued from the Colorado River this weekend when the deadly Snyder Fire erupted. More than 100 people were helped off the river, along with 6 dogs. The Rifle Helitack team is mourning the loss of 3 firefighters killed Saturday in the Snyder Fire when it was known as the Knowles Fire, when those nasty gusty winds trapped them behind fire lines. Killed that day were Emily Barker of Michigan, Sidney Watson of Alabama, and Nick Hutcherson of Arizona. They are the first firefighters killed in a Colorado wildfire since 2021. A one-time Breckenridge chef, Benjamin Rector, will serve the minimum sentence for a fatal fight in Alma last year. Rector spends 2 years in state prison for shooting and killing a roommate, Thomas Harker Jr. Park County authorities, they wanted 6 years, saying they still believe this was first-degree murder, but their evidence was shaky, and they made a deal for manslaughter. It was a somber morning in the courtroom. Only attorneys, the judge, and Rector himself had anything to say on record. Rector apologized to the family of his victim, calling the man by his nickname, Brahma. Brahma's father, Harker Sr., sent a letter that was not read aloud. The judge briefly wondered what would have happened at trial. Rector was ready to argue self-defense, and the judge saw holes in that argument. She was curious how a jury would respond. This uncertainty is why Park County offered that plea deal, and most likely why Rector took it. His sentence begins now. The case against an A-Basin snowmaker accused of child prostitution and pornography, it is moving up to district court. The suspect was barely in county court for 3 minutes today when he agreed to waive his next hearing and continue to the higher court. He has not yet made a plea. I-70 traffic went surging this Saturday during the busiest weekend of summer. Nearly 22,000 vehicles traveled in and out of Summit on Saturday. That was making up for slightly slower traffic yesterday and Friday. In 3 days, volume hit nearly 136,000 cars total, barely 500 more than the previous weekend. Looking back on all 4 weekends of June, this year was the slowest since the pandemic, with 515,000 cars in 12 days. June totals, they have been shrinking every year since 2023, when I-70 saw nearly 600,000 cars in 12 days. Local fire danger remains extreme in Summit County and most of the White River National Forest. Campfires are not allowed. The Summit shooting range is closed indefinitely. Just about every Colorado mountain town has canceled or postponed July 4th fireworks. Just today, Fairplay, Estes Park, and Buena Vista have canceled their shows. Vail, Avon, and Beaver Creek, they're canceled. So are Glenwood, Steamboat, and Idaho Springs. Most Front Range shows, they are still happening as of now from Fort Collins down into Denver. Colorado Springs might be canceling shows with a new Stage 2 fire ban for El Paso County. And in sports today, the Rockies, they're opening a series with the Marlins. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.